5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No. Welcome to the GainEXP podcast. Hey, I was trying to steal your moment. I'm sorry. Because we agreed you were going to start it, but then I was like, I'm going to steal his start, and I'm going to start this shit.
I was just more disappointed that you didn't.
Bam.
You didn't even like.
Got him.
You didn't even hit. Dude, you didn't even hit it right.
I know I double hit it, actually. It went boom, boom. It like turned on and off really fast.
Exactly. You didn't hit it right. Anyways, this is
yeah.
the podcast for anime gamers, anime gamer weebs, nerds,
hentai lovers. We accept all over here.
Lovers, just lovers in general. You know, we do a couple podcasts, we do a couple workouts.
Unless you're short, we don't accept short people around here.
Is that because of a previous resentment?
I just have a thing against short people.
Yeah.
So
for specific reasons, right? Anyways,
well, a lot of good reasons.
we'll get into that later. Actually, it's a perfect segue because
oh my god,
we have so as you can see, we didn't take out our Christmas decorations yet. But even though we didn't take out our Christmas decorations, this is coming out probably closer to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking that for Valentine's Day, we should talk a little bit about our experiences in the loving affairs of love.
That's hilarious. You said short people, and you were like, this is a great segue into us being able to talk about love. And the reason he said that is because I dated somebody who was a short person, literally.
Wait, did you not? I thought that was intentional.
No, not at all. I was just talking about how and it still stands. It's not a joke. We don't accept short people.
I legitimately thought that was completely intentional because we didn't. I mean, we don't really plan out our podcast too much. We just kind of say like, "Hey, you want to talk about this shit?" And then like we kind of go for it.
Yeah.
And then we were just thinking like, oh, it's about time for Valentine's Day. Love is somewhat times in the air. If you're single, sadness is in the air at times. Depends on, maybe you could be single and happy. That's good for you.
Dude, I gotta stop you right there. I'm on some crack squirrel energy today. So anything you've ever wanted to know about my relationships, I'm down to share it. Because I'm just like hyped as shit right now. I have no idea. I don't know. Don't ask why. I knew you were going to say, why is that? But I have no idea. I think I just stared at my computer all day, and I'm just ready for some human interaction because holy shit, like, I was bored as fuck today.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm so tired right now.
Yeah,
like,
don't worry.
I'm like so many levels of tired right now. But we're here for this. I mean, it's I get energy from, I'm like a extroverted introvert, I would say. Like, I'm definitely used to be more extroverted back in college.
You're more extroverted than I am, I would say.
I was more, I think COVID made me an extroverted introvert.
Yeah.
COVID definitely made me an extroverted introvert. I don't know. It's that's why I'm realizing about myself. Anyways, but yeah.
Back to love.
I legitimately thought you were meant to say, you were literally like purposely doing this. That like, oh, I hate short people. I was like, Riley's ex used to be
she was certified. No, she was legally. I think it's like a short person.
What's the PC thing? Is it?
Let me Google it. I thought it was gnome, but maybe I'm wrong.
Is it dwarf? Like the
dwarf? Yeah, dwarf.
Dwarfism is the actual like name of the.
Are you
the syndrome or I don't want to say illness because that makes me sound like terrible.
Dude, yeah, don't say that.
Yeah, like what's the proper thing to say?
I'm looking it up. But yeah, anyways, one of my exes was dwarfism. Yeah.
Dwarfism.
Under 4'10", and she was legally under 4'10". She was 4'8".
All right, so. random thought I had in my head.
Yeah.
Like this like actually legitimately while you were dating this person.
Yeah.
We will not name names, but while you were dating this person.
Uh-huh.
And I think I remember you explaining to me that like the proper term was like dwarfism or like
okay, that sounds like I'm a terrible person.
No, like but that like that's
like
from
in the relationship. See, I feel like it's better to not be in the relationship and be like, oh yeah, she was a dwarf. But for me to be like behind closed doors, like, yeah, she was a dwarf.
No. It wasn't like that because I legitimately asked because I wanted to know like because I've met her I met this person a couple times and I was thinking like it's like I want to know what's the not offensive thing to say because obviously like the M word We all know what the M word is. Can I say it? The M word? Is that okay to say the M word?
You can say it. I'm scared. Yeah. What is it?
We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out here. But
we better bleep. If it's bad, just say it.
Midget. Is that a bad thing?
Oh, yeah, you can't say that.
I can't say that. Is that not?
You're not allowed to say that word.
I'm not. Is midget not allowed?
I'm sorry. Listen. I'm learning too. I didn't know you couldn't say Inuit about people who lived up in Antarctica. This whole like section is gonna be like beep 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 beep.
I thought Inuit
like
was
Eskimos. You can't say that either. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, you can't say.
What happened to Eskimo kissing? Is that like a thing?
No, you can't say that because that would be like saying you're like Native Americans, right? That'd be like saying if you're Indian kissing, like Indian. You know, like that'd be fucked up.
Do kids not do Indian burns anymore?
Like they do, but I don't know what they call them now.
No, because like okay, legitimately not trying to offend anyone, but like I remember thinking this. I remember thinking this because you were telling me the proper term is like a dwarf, right? That's like
it is technically, yeah.
Yeah, or dwarf, like dwarf. So I was like in my head, I don't know why. I was like, why does midget seem like less offensive as sounding as a word?
Yeah, no, I
sounding
agree.
as a word. Like
I agree. Midget, I feel like midget's just fucked up because so many people like use the word in a negative tone that like it's bad. It's worse than dwarf now. But like you wouldn't call someone a dwarf either, I don't think.
Because like
you wouldn't be like, oh, so you're one of them dwarfs, like
right? Like I think of Lord
sounds really bad,
right? I was like honestly. It's like,
oh my god, dude!
If I had to pick which one I would rather be called, I'm just saying, like, it's not as it seems okay. It seems
short person, I feel like is
shorter.
The
short
best way you could say it.
The short peoples.
No,
is that not?
You're one of them short people. Aren't
You're short peoples. I'm trying to like, because it's a legitimate like.
All right, I feel like we've talked about this for too long. Anyways, I dated this dwarf.
You dated a girl with dwarfism.
Dwarfism. Yeah.
You dated a girl with dwarfism.
I don't know if there's a story I should be telling here, but we're talking about like short people and how I'm against them. And this is a good way for me just to blame it on my ex. I'll just say like, oh yeah, she was a dwarf, so that's why I hate short people. But really, it's because I'm insecure about my height. So
I just realized that anything you say now, that like about pertaining to this individual, that is like not good. Makes you it just sounds like you're discriminating against no matter what you say, it's just gonna go downhill.
All right, I'll save my ass. Anybody 5'11" or below, I consider them a dwarf. So all of you motherfuckers,
5'11",
if you can all go in the comment section and flame the fuck.
Riley, I'm 5'10".
Well, hello, my fellow dwarf. Oh wait, I'm not a dwarf. Sorry, but I mean you fall in that dwarf section.
For you, what is the okay? So
you can call me a giant.
What is we've been on this for way too long.
Yeah. Okay. So we wanted to talk about like our not past relationship, but like the idea of love, or what did you? What do we want to talk about?
Like I mean like not necessarily. I was just curious about now that we're on this. I'm curious about. I never actually knew how you guys started dating. You and this girl.
Yeah. So we worked. We had the same job. So we were both in sales. So
really.
Yeah, so I solicited for donations as like a cold caller. Yeah. So I'm like the scum of planet Earth, basically. Because like I asked for something and I gave nothing in return, essentially. I was like, give me your money. It's going to a cause I feel like you should believe in. And I was really good at it too. Like I was, well, not to sound like I'm bragging, but like I was the best in the department. So basically what I was good at was calling people, asking them to donate to a nonprofit, and then like getting them to agree like, oh yeah, I'd like to donate money from like the bottom of my heart kind of thing. Like I'd play on their emotions a little bit. So
okay,
that would be like the job.
You should probably explain that this cause was also our college.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was like calling like school like alumni and getting them to like reminisce on their good times at the institution or whatever you want to call it, the pseudo corporation, whatever you want to think a university is. But yeah. So it wasn't a nonprofit. Sorry, it was a state organization though. Like you're legally a employee of the state. Yeah. So I would like call people and be like, hey, you want to donate money to as an alumni and stuff. And I was really good at it. But anyways, we met through that. And then Yeah, I think the relationship lasted for like 8 months.
Was
I
it?
feel.
I could have sworn. I thought it was like a year and a half.
We never made it to a year.
Really?
So,
I could have
yeah.
sworn. Okay. I want.
Not gonna. So I actually broke it off before I moved here.
Well, yeah.
Before COVID started. Before lockdown started. I mean,
No,
right before then.
Didn't you break it? You guys were already broken up when we were living in LA.
Yeah. So we broke up. Lockdown had officially started. And then, like, it was a long period of time before that whole incident came where she walked, like, 35 miles in the middle of the night.
You need to tell this story.
Yeah. So this dwarf walked 35. Sorry, this sounds so bad.
This is what happens when you have to walk on eggshells.
So bad. Dude, I'm sorry. But it's technically true. Technically.
So, so, like, okay.
Let me just say it. So this short person, who was my ex at the time, walked all the way from, and for those who know Southern California, she walked all the way from, like,
Brea?
middle of Orange County, like Brea, Fullerton, in that area, all the way to Whittier, which is about, like, walking, I think, is like 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, it was
like, it's ridiculous.
insane.
And that's for, like, somebody of normal height. Like, imagine, like, somebody super short. Her strides are like, like, it probably took her double the amount of time.
She was also, she was, I remember this because we were living together, and then she was hammered to shit. If not obvious, like, she was hammered to shit.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I keep getting distracted on this fucking. I'll finish the story. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So yeah, she got super hammered in this place we call downtown Fullerton over there, and she walked all the way to Whittier, drunk as shit, in the middle of the night. Like, left at 11 a.m., got to her house like at 5 a.m. So it must have been a 6-hour walk, and it was at the front door, and she was like sleeping on the balcony. And then, like, our roommate who works the night shift got home, saw her, was like, why the fuck are you here? Like, he broke, like, you guys aren't together, because I'm close with this person who came home. And she's like, oh, I'm waiting for him. Can you go inside and get him? Because the house is locked, thank God. And then he came in, and I'm exposing myself. She's going to find all this shit out, but whatever. Chip came in, was like, hey, what the fuck do you want me to do? Do you want me to, like, tell her you're here? And of course I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, tell her I'm in LA, like, and I went out drinking or something. So he, like, goes outside. He's like, hey, he's not here. He's in LA. And he, like, drives her all the way back from Whittier in LA County all the way to where she used to live, which is in Orange County, near, like, Anaheim area-ish, we'll just say.
Yeah.
And apparently it was the most awkward drive of his fucking life.
Honestly, what a homie.
Dude, yeah,
what a homie.
That was great. Yeah. I was like, dude, that was, like, really clutch, though. I was like, God damn. Like, she honestly probably could have looked in my window and saw I was sleeping there and would have known. But, like, I don't know. It was weird as fuck. I was like, if I had had that conversation, I would have been so pissed because I would have had to drive her back, you know?
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I remember because I was sleeping. It was like 7:30 on a Saturday, and I was sleeping, and Chip ran up to my door, knocked on it, like, rammed his fist onto my door, and was like, Jordan, are you awake? Jordan, are you awake right now? Oh my God, Jordan. And I was like, what the fuck, Chip? I'm still sleeping. And then I wake up, I walk outside, and I hear what happened. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was a shit show for 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I've heard some crazy ex stories, but, like, you must have left an impact on her.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. But yeah. I don't know, but it's a great story though.
Yeah, no.
Dwarf walks through the middle of the night drunk as shit and sleeps on my balcony. So
she was a really interesting individual too, because she was, like, super into tarot reading, right? She was super into zodiac.
She loved tarot cards and all that good stuff too.
Was it? Because I remember one of the greatest things the funniest things you've ever told me was that you were like, you told me that she made her rental decisions to move out.
Oh yeah.
Based on tarot
that was, like, one of the tipping points. I was like, she was looking at apartments thinking like I would move in with her, but I was like, dude, I'm not moving in. Like, I'm not doing that because I was living with you guys.
Yeah.
I was like, don't sign any leases because it's just going to be you paying rent. You can't afford it because I knew how much she made because we worked together at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, you won't be able to afford that shit. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
And like 8 hours later, I meet back up with her after like telling her that at the beginning of the day, end of the day, she's like, I signed a lease. I was like, what? Why? You can't afford that shit. And she's like, yeah, well, I did a reading in the middle of the day and my tarot cards had told me to like sign the lease. I was like, dude, that's not how that works. Like, you know, just like make that shit up. Like, oh, I flipped the card and the little house is on it. And you're like, oh, I must have to sign this lease. So she signed a 12-month lease and was like, oh, well, you'll support me, right? And like, she expected me to like support her while I wasn't even living there. And I was like, bro, you are literally crazy. I'm sorry. Like but I just have to say it. Like,
yeah, no,
it traumatized me. I was like, that was like the tipping point for me. I was
no,
like,
no. I mean,
that's ridiculous.
There's a ridiculous part about that where I think the most ridiculous part about that is that, you know, beyond anything else, like we're obviously not saying this person's name, but like the fact that one, you already told her, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna like that's not a good idea. And then for that person, for her to come back and be like, I did it anyways, and I expect you to pay me.
God, I feel so shitty. Like, I feel like I'm airing my dirty laundry, but it's not even like that. Like, I'm in a happy relationship right now, but like,
well, I mean,
shit was crazy.
That was the whole point of this.
I know. I just feel super shitty airing my dirty laundry. So now it's your turn. You don't have to talk about a bad thing, but like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay. I just think it's okay. One last thing on it.
Yeah,
one last thing on this. One last thing because I want to emphasize this.
What's
is
up?
That wasn't I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
if this decision was specifically made, but wasn't the tarot card reading from like YouTube?
Oh yeah, it was like a YouTube video. She showed me. I was like, dude, like this thing has like 100,000 views. What do you like? You think you're the one out of 100,000 this was meant for? I mean, it's not meant for anybody because like it's just a YouTube video, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
see, like
shit's crazy.
Fortune telling and tarot card reading, like, you know what? If you believe in it, that's fine. You know, but at the same time, if you're gonna do it, at least like do it with someone in front of you.
Yeah,
like an actual person. Like if I couldn't like physically understand anyone watching a tarot card reading on YouTube and expecting it to change it.
See,
because it's supposed to be personable.
Yeah. I mean, see, I feel like I could understand it to a certain extent. I don't believe in tarot card readings, but like I could see from the perspective because I'm a believer in like those constellations. What are they called?
Zodiacs.
See, I sound like I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm like I was into zodiacs for a long time, so like I get it, but like it's also just like,
I mean, it's fun because there's a story behind it. There's like actual like history and story behind like astrology.
Yeah.
But like, don't take it too seriously, you know? Like,
yeah.
Don't take it so seriously. And like, in all honesty, like we're not. If you like astrology and stuff, and it makes small parts of your life, like, oh, what should I eat today, or like, go for it. But like major life decisions, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, and I'd also say don't base your eating habits on a tarot card reading or zodiac signs. You should base it on the GainEXP Fitness trainers that you guys are about to hire at GainEXPFitness.com. Go visit the website and go get your free consultation with one of our trainers. But yeah, anyways, you wouldn't base your eating decisions off of like tarot cards or anything.
That was a fucking plugin. That was the most trashy plugin I've ever heard in my life. What the fuck, bro?
I had to do it. I saw the opening. I had to go.
I just stared at you. Just contemplate. Like, even I wouldn't do that.
Well, you wouldn't go to GainEXPFitness.com?
All right, you know what? We're moving on. I mean.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's I think it's fine in my personal opinion. Like, probably should have put this part before you said this, but like I personally think it's fine to like not really air out your dirty laundry, but talk about past relationships as long as you don't expose them. It's just it's literally because there's the right to it as it is your story. It is part of who you are, and it's part of what made you and how you treat people, right? I think that's an important aspect.
Yeah. I mean, like, part of me is like, internally I'm just kind of like, I don't want to do that, but the other half of me is like, I don't give a fuck if these motherfuckers think I'm airing my dirty laundry. Like, it's all about like how I feel about it, you know? So,
I think so too, because I mean, I just don't think it's not an invasion of privacy, because it's your part of the story,
right?
And you're not exposing it.
It's just a perspective. So
it's just perspective. I could understand how it could feel weird. I don't know, and I'm just saying this because I'm trying to think of something to say on my end.
No, you're good.
I don't know, my relationships. Honestly, how do you feel about
what's up?
How do you feel about an ex still being your friend?
I'm not friends with any of my exes.
Yeah, like, but if the person the person you're dating right now,
mm-hmm.
their ex is still a friend of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Like from a while ago, they dated long ass time ago,
mm-hmm.
way past it. How would you feel?
Okay, well, let me start actually by just saying, like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody,
mm-hmm.
that means like I'm committed to them.
Yeah.
And for me, that means I don't feel like it's right for me to be friends with any of my exes. So I don't hold a relationship as a friendship with any of my ex-girlfriends if I'm in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
And usually for me, I am in a relationship with somebody because like I just am. But like right now I'm in a relationship, and I mean, you know how I feel about it, but like genuinely this is like, to me, the one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason, at least in my eyes, to be friends or hold a friendship with any of my exes, even though the argument would be like, well, if you feel like she's the one and there's no chance of it like fluctuating out of proportion, like why wouldn't you just be friends with your exes? But to me, I feel like it just causes unnecessary drama sometimes. Like if it's not even on my end, I can't control what any of my exes do. So if they decide to like, and I've heard this before from like some of my other friends, like their exes have like hit up like either the person who used to date them or the girl that they're currently dating and start like talking and causing drama. And it's just like not needed. Like it's unnecessary, like headaches and frustration. And I mean, it's also like one of those, like if I was like in a relationship with somebody and we broke up for whatever reason, I would fucking hate for my current girlfriend and the one I wanted to be with for the rest of my life to hear some shit that didn't come from me, you know?
Yeah.
So like, that's how I feel about it. If she wanted to be friends with her ex-boyfriends, it would have to be, it's kind of hard.
It's situational.
It is situational. I feel like just talking off the top of my head, I don't feel like I would actually be like super comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's drawn from any insecurities. I feel like it's just the same shit. Like I wouldn't want to hear or have any drama arise because of something that their ex decided to do, which is completely out of our control. So like, I would say for the most part, like I'm usually not okay with it, but it's super situational. Like every story is different.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the scenarios that have come up for me, like I wouldn't have up until this point been okay with it at all. But you have to say what it is right now for you, but like in general, like, is that something like you've ever viewed like that, or is it different?
See, I think there's a difference between, I feel like if it was before college,
okay,
like it's like a high school sweetheart from hometown, like
that's
like,
okay.
I mean, obviously it depends on the person,
right?
They're a fucking dick wipe then.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, actually, I just made that up. I don't know what the fuck a dick wipe is, but if they're like a dick wipe, if they're a dick wipe, if they're a dick wipe, then obviously, but that's like a personality thing. Like the actual thing of them being close with their ex or like friends with their ex.
Yeah.
If it's like an old high school sweetheart that was like from then like dated for the thing, I was like, oh, whatever, you know. Or like if they dated for like a couple months here and there, whatever, it didn't work out. That's one thing. If it's like it's been like a year, they were together for a year and a half, or like post college when you have like your mind kind of more straight on your head kind of straight on your body, whatever the term is,
head on your shoulders.
Yeah. And like then it's a little bit iffy, but at the same time it's kind of like, I always had this opinion sometimes with girls who have guy friends, like a good amount of guy friends, which I don't care for, but I don't care if they do, but but especially the main thing is that if they have more guy friends in the future, like then I would obviously I would like to meet them.
Right.
But if it's like before when I met her, then I don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's at the point where I wasn't there. They were friends longer than I was there.
I see.
But if she becomes friends with people, like close friends with guys, past the point when we started dating, then it's like, okay, it's not like I don't trust you or anything, but I would like to meet this person because I know how shitty some guys are. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So like there's a certain amount where I'm like, you hang out with whoever you want. It's fine, girl. Love it. But like if they're like, but I also know in the back of my head, like, especially if they're not gay and not in a relationship,
right.
And it's like, I know how some shit people are,
Right.
I know some shit guys.
Yeah, because I mean, like, this isn't. I'm not trying to generalize all men or anything. I'm just speaking on behalf of all men. I'm just kidding, but there have definitely been situations where like I question, like, if the person I'm with has a friend who's a man.
Yeah,
I'll question like, well, what is like the draw or benefit? Because I feel as if like the benefit to them is to wait until like the right opportunity arises. Because I saw this, it's stupid, but I saw it on Twitter the other day. But I feel like if the scenario is ever like a girl is interested in a man, and she comes out and it's like her friend, almost like a lot of the times, more often than not, the guy will just be down to like try something.
Yeah.
But if the guy on the other hand comes out and says like, I have feelings for this girl, I mean, like, at least from what I've seen, like a lot of the times, like the girl's just kind of like, like we're supposed to be friends. Like, what is that? So, I mean, like if you think about it like that, I almost feel like sometimes, at least, and this is actually the way I think sometimes, is like, I feel like if I see a girl who has like a bunch of guy friends, I'm like, well, there has to be like some guys in there that are waiting for that like moment,
Yeah.
So
we'll get more into that because there's definitely like right when you said that, I had like a flashback to certain things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit. Okay.
anyways, we'll get back into that. We got to take our 25-minute break. Ciao. So actually what we were just talking about, like those girls with a bunch of guy friends, right?
Yeah.
So I want to say this just to like as advice to any young women out there who might happen to run across this podcast in college or in high school. If you have a bunch of guys who are just kind of surrounding you in a bit and like saying like we're just friends, let's go hang out and do stuff and like stuff in like high school or college, just be a little careful. Just be a little careful. Like I hate to say that but it is true.
Yeah.
Like Riley's right. There is a certain amount of I guarantee you there's going to be some guys who have probably some sort of feelings for you, and they're trying to play the I'm a nice guy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a real thing. And like I can say that because I feel like a lot of guys unintentionally play that card. I've unintentionally did that before. I'm not even afraid to admit that. Like because you always think like, oh, you're gonna be the nice guy, and then you're like, and eventually it's gonna lead up to something, and then you eventually, but you also then end up being an asshole because like it kind of becomes this thing of like, I've always been so nice to you, like why don't you like me? And it's like it makes me cringe inside because I feel like I've done that unintentionally, and it's like no, you don't deserve anyone's like affection for being nice. Right. You should be nice, period. No,
yeah, for sure. And I mean, it gets like gray area because relationships in general, not romantic ones, are built on like respect for one another, and like, commonality is just one key, like having the same interests and stuff. But like deep relationships have like respect for one another and commonality that goes beyond just like interests of like it goes into more of like just like deeper relationships, how you grew up, how like you see the world and stuff like that. And like we naturally gravitate to the people that are just like us in general. So when we find somebody like that, it's like, oh, like I may be interested in this person, but like I don't know, like I feel like there's always like a gray area of like, you'll know when it's like the right person, but like sometimes guys just kind of like just go for it because they're like, oh, we have some interest, so like there must be something there,
or
I can make this into something.
What's some advice you would give? I mean, maybe not advice, but what's something that you did in the past on trying to like date a girl or get a girl, and that like completely boned, like completely bombed.
Like what was a bomb by me?
Yeah, by you. Like what was something that you did and you're like, you look back on it and you're like, oh fuck, that was a shit idea.
Oh my god. So there was that one time I almost got arrested. That was great.
Was it the one I was with you at?
No, you weren't there.
How many times have you almost been arrested?
Well, this time it was for drinking alcohol.
That was the time I was with you too.
No, you weren't there for this one. I promise you, because we were alone in a car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. But I don't know if it's relevant to the story or not, but like there was just this girl and we were just super like adventurous, and we shared a commonality of like spontaneity. Like we both just be spontaneous. We both love art.
Yeah.
We were both just like into the same like deep rooted stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would consider this like down the alley of what the question you just asked, but I would say a bomb moment for me when I was trying to get at a girl anyways. Mm-hmm. Get at meaning like having deeper like romantic feelings and stuff was like
ask a girl out.
Basically ask her out was like I had this idea that was going to be sick, that we were going to go to Corona. Yeah. There's like where our friend lives. There's like a makeout spot or whatever. And we drove there. I didn't drive. She did actually. And I brought a big handle of Captain Morgan and we were just sitting there in this one spot looking out over the city. I was literally going to be like, you should be my girlfriend or whatever. And then we were taking shots together. So the most romantic thing you could think of, taking shots of Captain Morgan in the parking lot of Makeout Point. This is one of my best bomb moments. And right when maybe I'm mustering up the courage to do it, like a couple minutes, this cop rolls up right behind us, puts on his sirens, and shit you not looks in the car. And sorry for my mom to hear this because she's going to get pissed at me. Looks in the car and there's this big handle of open Captain Morgan. And the girl next to me who was driving, and she also had like a few drinks and stuff. Yeah. And the cop like just straight up embarrassed me. He was like, what do you think you're doing? Like, I see that. Stop trying to hide it. Because I was trying to hide it behind my leg. Yeah. And then he made me step out the car, pour all of it onto the ground right in front of everybody. Yeah. And he made me say like, I'll never like drink and drive. Like, like he made me do all this, not her. Yeah. And then like, I poured it all out. Luckily, the dude was nice as fuck. He actually looked like Jake Manning.
Okay.
Shout out to Jake from one of our earlier episodes. And the dude let me go somehow because he should have arrested me. He should have, because I was like 6 shots in and like she was driving and she was a shot or 2 in. But it was probably good. I didn't ask her out and the cop stopped me because like things didn't work out for a good reason. But that was one of those awkward, like, I didn't bomb it, but like the cop bombed it, but like I did because it was like a spot where cops.
I've never heard the story.
You have? Oh, really?
I've never.
Yeah, no, like we I straight up almost got arrested on a date where I was going to ask a girl to be my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
She ended up, things didn't work out.
Yeah.
But that was probably my biggest bomb moment.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you have one that you want to share?
Biggest bomb
Sorry,
moment.
I don't know if there's one at that
level. Now I feel like nothing.
I almost got arrested. So, what's your biggest bomb moment?
Definitely not that. I've never had that moment.
Yeah, it was a dumb decision. I was like 19 too, so I was underage. So,
dude, I was so.
I'm solely gonna get slapped by my mom for
dude,
this,
I've always been like, I feel like I've always been super. I've like played the when I was younger, and it's like, don't do this. Like, if there's anyone like who does this, I don't fucking do this. This is stupid.
Oh, also, sorry. Don't drink and drive either.
Don't drink and drive. That's stupid too.
Yeah, anyways, continue.
Also, if you're going to drink with a girl, don't bring Captain Morgan.
Yeah, and don't get caught by the cops.
Don't get caught by a cops, all right? At a makeout point in Corona.
Yeah.
Specifically.
All right, sorry, Jordan. Continue.
No, it's just like, in general, I think back at this and I'm like, dude, you're so stupid. Like, like I said, I'd always played the nice card, and like whenever I texted or DM'd or hit up a girl, I would like always play it like super nice and like be friendly about it. Mm-hmm. And then like like, girls aren't stupid. They know. they know.
They can sense it.
They can feel it. Feel that it's off. Like, it's, something's off. I always try to play it like one step at a time and do like, it's like, oh yeah, you want to go get coffee and blah blah, and it's like try to make it. And I would never say the word like go on date. Like, I never did. And it's like, by the time I got like some balls to actually say something like that or like try to make it work, it's like always shot. Like, it's always shot because it's like they just stop talking to me because they know.
They could feel it.
They could feel it.
They're not interested. And they do what the correct thing to do is, well, in my opinion, and they like stop talking to you instead of leaving you on and stuff.
So that's like that all happened to me so many times, and then like I don't know what happened. Like, something clicked in my head, and I'm like, it's like, you're so dumb. That's so stupid. But like, don't play the nice guy, and like a lot of people don't know they're doing it. Like, just make your intentions clear up front. It's like, just when you go up and talk to someone, like maybe you develop feelings a little bit later on, but like when you do, like, be straight up and be like, hey, I was thinking, like, I'm not gonna say like don't exactly say this, but like, it's like, hey, I think you're really cute. I think you're really pretty. Do you want to just take a chance and get like some coffee or boba or something? Yeah. Honestly, like that by itself, first of all, you're saving up so much time. Yeah. You're saving so much time, so much fucking time. God, I can feel it in my bones. How much?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, you're saving so much time. You're saving so much, like, probably money. You're also saving like you're saving yourself embarrassment too.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've talked about it on the Khalid podcast a little bit too.
Yeah, like it's also a thing is like you're being direct about it. Mm-hmm. And first of all, not just guys, not just girls, but like guys too. Everyone just confident gets you anywhere. Right. Confidence is key, because if you straight up ask and they're like, oh shit, this person just asked me. It's like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is how I feel. Mm-hmm. And then that's a yes or no answer. And you have to respect that answer. Obviously, you respect the fucking answer.
Yeah. I mean, like, two things. Like, and this isn't the advice giving podcast, but we talked about it a little bit on Khalid, but it's just like, be real. Like, remember he talked about it. He was like, find, like, actually be interested in the things they're interested in. Don't just make it up. And then like be real. Because if you're real from the beginning, like, if you can't be real from the beginning just to say like, here's my intentions, shall we continue? Then like, how, when you actually, let's say you actually do get in a relationship, how can she expect for you to be real when it comes to like real life situations where you need to be honest? Yeah. If you can't be real up front, then how can she expect in a relationship for you to be real with her, like when you guys are together? So
all right, yeah, you know what? Okay, great example of this. Fantastic example. Best example there is. Okay. Fucking Pete Davidson. If there's any proof that confidence will get you fucking anywhere. Oh, yeah.
You're going down that route?
Pete Davidson, guarantee. If there's any proof you ever needed that confidence is king, that motherfucker is definitely.
Really? I thought of Donald Trump like immediately. I feel like he's the confidence is the king, but I think in a relationship aspect. He's been like with like. Well, I don't know why I should say that. He's been with like a super hot like pop models and pop stars and shit like that.
Like, obviously everyone has their own taste, but like for him to be dating the women that he is, in the sense that it's like in the sense of our society, what we think is the most attractive women and celebrities. Yeah. Basically, like not necessarily made them celebrities, but helped. Mm-hmm. It's kind of proof that confidence is king. Confidence will get you. Confidence will get you places. I'm not sure what he does behind that. Maybe he has a fat cock. It helps him out. I don't know. It's like,
and he's funny. I was gonna say it's because he's funny, but yeah,
he could have a fat cock. But like, I think that's a really good point. Is just like, look at comedians. The point of a lot of comedians will say this until they get big is that when you start comedy, you don't want to look good. Mm-hmm. You want to look like puffy. You want to have like a sweater on. You want to look kind of ragged until you make it. And it's almost the worse you look, the better, because it's funnier. Yeah. Yeah. And then that kind of like forces you to have that unbelievable level of confidence. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than like standing up on stage and having a bunch of people laughing at you, not with you.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, I feel like moral of it is just like, because See, the thing is, I don't feel the same way in that like I do feel like I'd rather be overly confident than like being a pussy about it. You know?
But don't be a douche. Like
yeah, but like here's how I feel about it though. Is like I don't see particularly like being upfront and being real and honest with a woman as like having confidence either. Because like I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do at all, but like I don't see them as like the same thing because like I feel like in any relationship you have to be like honest and upfront with your intentions, or you should be, unless you want to like waste your time and money and like all the emotional, like if you want to be drained emotionally. I feel like if anything, I don't really see it as like this is a challenging obstacle where it makes me confident if I can overcome it. To me, I more see it as like this is just a way that this is something that only could benefit you. Like by you being honest with somebody, that can only benefit you in every way, shape, or form. So like, I don't really see it as this like challenging obstacle that has to be overcome. I see it more as like, this is something that can only help you. So why wouldn't you just do it right out the gate? You know?
Yeah. Cause another thing is that if you play that long game, right, which God, like is like a 99% does not work.
Yeah.
There's going to be one motherfucker out there who's like, worked for me.
Right.
But like,
it's
you're going to end up putting this person, whether whoever you're into, like no matter the situation, you're going to end up putting them on a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how a relationship works. It's a give and take. I like, you should be thinking of that other person as your equal.
Right.
At least in my opinion. Like they should be your equal in the sense of like the way you treat them, the way you respect them. You shouldn't think of them as someone that you give power to, because then that just ruins your own life.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, that's like the definition of simping, right?
Oh yeah, that is the definition. I didn't even think about that. That is the definition of simping.
Yeah, so don't simp.
Don't be a simp, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just rearrange the mindset on it too. Because I mean, like like to your point though, like not putting them on a higher pedestal. I feel like the moment you go like, oh, like this would be like, I'd be a confident person for me to ask out this woman, is almost you putting that woman on a pedestal of like, it would be a challenge for me to get to this person. So like, and like, why would it be a challenge? Because like I put her on a pedestal or some sort, you know?
Yeah, it's a, you know, the sad part about it, and I want, like, I want girls to understand this too, and like be forgiving for a guy to a certain degree. Obviously, if they're like a douchebag, that did like some crazy shit or called you like a bitch for not, that's different. Like, but like, kind of be forgiving. Like, there's no playbook on this. No one, like, everyone has to learn from experience.
Right.
We learn from experience, and we learn from each other, which is not always the good idea.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you probably should ask a girl how they want to be asked out.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
It's you know, there's no playbook on it. No one really knows. And then like a lot of high school guys just like, oh, did you bang? Did you fucking go out with her?
Right.
You know, did you? It's like that's not the point. Like you know.
And I feel like sorry.
No, go continue.
I was gonna say, I feel like most women think that we think that all the time too. Like I feel like even society is kind of like, oh, men, like they talk about it all the time of like, oh, men just want to like bang as many women as possible, and they like brag about it, whereas women, she's a slut, you know, that whole thing. But like I don't feel like, at least maybe I'm just lucky, but like I feel like the men in my life aren't really like that. They're not really like, I just want to bang as many women as I can, and we don't like joke about it. It's just like, but maybe I'm just lucky. Maybe I have a good group of friends. Maybe this is just like me just living in my own little bubble. But I don't feel like men are as often like that as people think they are.
I think it's because it's the idea that the minority speaks for the majority,
right?
Because it's a more imprinting experience. Because those people will do some crazy shit, and I've met some guys that are complete assholes, like who borderline raped people, and then just like thought it was like, you know, she was. I was like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. Like people ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
And I sorry to keep interrupting you, bro.
No, go for it.
I also just need to say like, and I don't think, at least I feel like we can testify this, but I know I for sure can. Like, if a woman sleeps with a lot of men, I don't think that she's a slut, you know? But like, I don't think that a lot of guys who sleep with women go around bragging about it. If they did, they probably wouldn't get any pussy. Like, I feel like the guys that don't brag about it are probably the ones that get the most pussy. Like, it just being honest. Like, because if you go around bragging and some girl, it gets back to some girl, she's not gonna want to sleep with you. You know?
Yeah. Like what do you? What's is that? That's like one hell.
I just that social stigma has always been so confusing to me because I was like, I get it, but like I just don't feel like I feel like people think it's like much bigger and grandiose than it actually is.
It's kind of I mean, like the most it becomes with a group of guys is just like a drinking conversation. Like you're like, oh fuck, you banged this many people and blah blah blah. It's like okay, and then just it moves on. Like it doesn't. It's not like a staying conversation. You know what I mean? I think that it's also kind of just a weird thing. But in general, like what I'm trying to get back into is like just be a little bit more forgiving for guys, because it's like, what's like what you learn as a dude on how to attract a girl, or like how to like, you know, ask someone out is like from like before is like from first of all your guy friends or your friends, right? Which is not a good idea,
right?
Because they're probably in the same situation as you.
Yeah, and they probably wouldn't give a good advice.
No.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is like movies, and the third is probably porn. It's like it's not three different like things that are not probably good. So I to the women out there, I want to like kind of mention like be a little forgiving, because obviously like they're just basing it off of like what they see, and it's not, and you can also probably agree like it's not always good.
Yeah, dating is like one of those awkward things where like it's like funny because it's like dating is awkward for everybody, you know?
Everybody.
Like the guy is awkwardly asking the girl out, who awkwardly says yes, and then the two of you go eat food awkwardly together, you know? And like things loosen up when you guys start talking, hopefully, you know, but like it's just like awkward on all sides. It's not like just awkward for the dude to ask the girl out. It's like awkward if she says no. It's even awkward if she says yeah, because then like the date might not be the best, and then that's awkward. So like the whole thing is just very like awkward for everybody. So I mean, forgiveness on every single side, but yeah, I agree. Like we're all learning, and we have to kind of like figure it out on our own. It's kind of crazy.
Like both on the I mean, we're just saying guy and girl because we're both straight, so this is our experience,
right?
But I feel like it would apply to like, you know, different types of relationship as well. But I think that just learning how to be, so you could learning how to be more direct is probably better for your relationship.
Yeah.
But not learning how to be more direct is probably giving you funnier stories later on. Like.
That's true. That is really fucking true. Like avoiding confrontation or avoiding any sort of like head-on-head action is like
you'll get the
really
funniest shit.
Funny.
You'll look back on it and you're like, that was so dumb, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's how that shit goes. Is a lack of communication. It's just like people don't talk about something and then all this fuck shit starts happening. It's great. Yeah, no, it's hilarious. But it's I mean. There's like you just learn from experience, and you learn from listening to other people talk about it. And I think actually that's a really good thing about the rise of podcasts. Yeah, is relationships is something that everyone talks about because it's such an ingrained part of almost everyone's lives. And so so people talking about their relationships and how they started dating and who they ended up with, I think it became a more positive effect on a lot of people because now there's a fourth, probably more reliable, like. Obviously not for everyone. Looking at you, Andrew Tate. But like the fourth one's more reliable in terms of like actual experience. Like these people are talking about how they actually got married or again long-term relationships and it's like what they learned and like what we're doing. Like, dude, like don't do what I did growing up. Don't do what Riley did. Don't take Captain Morgan. Don't drink and sit in a car and let her drive and shit. So.
Yeah, but like I think. Because of the rise of this type of podcast, like not necessarily just advice giving, but more of like just the stories of like what we learned from. It's like I hope it gives a lot of people a faster time of like, oh shit, that's maybe not what I'm supposed to do. Because I think that's actually honestly how I figured it out too, like more or less, yeah. Huh.
Let's see, the way about like there's so much information out there, it's like hard too. Because like one person will say like. You just need to go up and talk to her, and somebody else will like come by and say like, no, you need to like take it slow. But like everyone's different, every scenario is different.
Every single
there's
person's
no
different.
like puzzle piece that fits everybody, you know. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, man. I think I just hope that anyone out there like who's having maybe trouble talking with people, whether you're whether you're the person being asked or anything, like, can take something out there, is like, be forgiving for one thing, and also like, be direct and be honest about it, because if it's like someone, like, it's always a risk if it's a friend, but a friend will respect that way more than playing the long game.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Like, if you really care about a friend, you might as well just be honest with them.
Yeah, just be honest with them, and hell, it could work out.
It could.
So it could work out because it could work out in the sense of like, oh shit, they might, one, have the same feelings as you, or two, they might just think back on it as like, oh shit, maybe it did. But on the really nice part about it is that you probably will end up back as friends, because it was just like, oh, I had this one moment. Is that, do you don't like me back? Okay, cool. Then give me like a few months. I'll get over it.
Yeah, if you want a tutorial or a guide, go watch podcast episode number 3 with Khalid.
We need to get him back on like a not just dating app thing, like an actual like, we need to get him back on like some
coach for. Well, he needs to start that business, is what he needs to do. But yeah,
we should get him back on like a straight up relationship talk, because it's fun. It's fun talking about relationships. Is fun. That's people have built whole fucking businesses on talking about relationships.
If you're listening to this and you're in love with your best friend, go watch episode 3 with Khalid and get on a dating app, because it can only increase your chances of falling in love or ending up in a relationship. So
this is a real quick story before we go. It just reminded me, one of Kayla's my girlfriend's friends. She was telling us a story about a date she went on.
Yeah,
she's like she went on like I think Tinder or something, and a guy took her out, and then they were just going I think to like not like a fair, but like a just like a downtown street.
Oh, that's fun.
And she thought they were going to the restaurant and everything, and this dude just like went up to a hot dog stand.
Oh no!
and then he was like, oh, you want a hot dog? She's like, sure, I'll get a hot dog. And so he ordered a hot dog for himself, and then ordered a hot dog for her, and then like walked away after paying for his hot dog.
No way, dude! That is so cringy.
Oh my god! And she was like,
"That's gross."
And she was like, and she went like, obviously the date didn't go well. I think she left right after. And we were hanging out after. She was like, I can't even get a guy to buy me a fucking hot dog.
Yo, that's awesome. That's so sick.
I was like, let alone a drink.
What a beast! Oh my god. Dude really thought he was gonna get laid too.
I know he was like, don't. Last piece of advice: don't fucking do that. Buy the hot dog. All right, cheers.
That's great. Okay, here's the next question. You ready? So, what was the most interesting date you think you've ever been on? Staying on the Valentine's Day train here.
Oh, it is. Maybe it's the one I'm preparing.
Oh yeah, the next one.
No, actually,
nice.
Probably not. It's just
probably not. No, definitely. What do you mean?
So I can't. I'm trying to like. It's hard to think of like a specific date, because it's like interesting is a term is like, because technically I've been on vacations. Yeah. Is that considered a long date, or is that just a vacation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can be interesting. Good. I mean, here, I can share mine first if you want.
No.
Because I've got a good one.
I have to say, probably for Valentine's Day. Probably my most, what's it called? My most proud moment was when I was 16, and I was literally just starting at cooking.
Okay.
And then I was 17, and I was dating this my like high school girlfriend.
Was that your first girlfriend?
First girlfriend.
Nice.
It was a long relationship, and I still think this is probably one of my not best meals, but probably like pretty cool, pretty impressive meal to give like a 16-year-old girl.
Okay. As like a fellow 16-year-old boy. Right?
Yeah.
You're both 16?
I was 17, she was 16.
Okay.
And so I made a salmon en croûte with on top of a Parmesan risotto with a white chocolate
Wow.
panna cotta.
Dude, that is impressive.
I
couldn't make that.
I was 17 and I did that.
Nice. It tasted good?
It's amazing.
Like you still remember it.
I still remember.
That's how good it was.
I remember eating it. I was like, damn, I'm fucking good.
Dude, I bet she remembers that meal too.
I was like, dude, you know what?
That's funny.
I know we had our whole entire advice thing before. You want to know the fastest way to a girl's heart? Learn how to fucking cook.
Dude, that's like, yeah, no, for real. Like, give food as gifts too. That fucking works all the time.
I think like because it also like just saves like that's something just consistently throughout my life was just like something that's God forsaken helped me so much is that because I know how to cook.
Yeah.
I've just like I obviously I cook for the girls I've dated just like casually here and there, but when you like the moment they're like, oh, I've eaten this food, it's really good, and then you just kind of do the showstopper meal, we're like, oh my God.
I feel like that might be like a superpower guys have that we don't know, because I feel like even as somebody who doesn't cook, you can do like a showstopper meal if like you're inviting her over for food. Like,
yeah.
Any guy could just be like, fuck it, I'm making creme brulee tonight, and it's like, boom, it's the best fucking creme brulee you've ever had and she's ever had, and you're like, where the fuck did I learn how to cook? I only know how to make eggs. Like,
yeah, like it's
internal.
It's like something like that's something that I have been so blessed with.
Yeah,
is that being able to have just whenever like a girl is then we're like just going on a nice date, or it's like it's her birthday, or it's like a anniversary, or it's like a Valentine's Day. It's like, all right, cool. What's your favorite dish? And I'll like try to make it. I'll try to make some crazy version of it. Like I made, the easy one is chocolate covered strawberries. You just dip it in chocolate, but like,
oh, that's nice.
It looks super pretty when you're like, oh, I made it. And then, cool tip: if you want to be a little bit upper class, make a candied caramel. So just boil some sugar in a pot. Literally just sugar, dash of water. And that's it. Pour it onto a stick like a non-stick tray.
Okay.
And then let that harden into a candy. It'll be like golden.
Oh, nice. Like it's almost transparent.
It's almost transparent, but it's completely golden. Smash it into like little pieces.
Okay.
And then dip a strawberry in chocolate, and then wrap, and then spin the strawberry.
That's fucking next level shit
over the things. Easiest fucking recipe.
Dude, that sounds really good actually.
Right? Like you can't fuck that shit up. And if you fuck that shit up, I will come for you.
Dude, that's actually a good idea. I might steal that for this Valentine's Day. Like
along with your Shark Tank board.
I feel Dude, I feel like we should just like duo our Valentine's Day and just like not say anything. Like we both just make chocolate covered like caramels things together, and then we'll just like split off and do our own things. Like we could double team this thing, like, make it the most epic Valentine's Day gift ever.
Yeah, like I think just like, I mean, obviously some dates like I brought a funny one was a lot of times I would bring them to San Francisco when I was over there, bring them into the city. I always liked bringing someone to the city. We can walk around, we can talk, and obviously there's like nice food, and there's a bar, there's nice drinks, stuff like that. Actually, I just thought about it. My current girlfriend, I don't know how she agreed to this. This was so like honestly, I think about it, I was like, how did you agree to do this with me?
What?
First date we ever went on. Okay. I was on Coffee Meets Bagel. I told her, like, I was so done with like just like playing that game of like, oh, who are you? How are you doing? What's your favorite color? Blue? Mine too.
Yeah. Like it takes so long.
And then like they reply once a day. Like, don't do that. I was like, second.
You sounded so pissed when you were explaining that. Dude, I felt that one actually. I felt that one in my soul.
I think every person who's been on dating app felt that one. It's
like slow as molasses sometimes, bro. You're like, fuck, just say something. Like, and sometimes people don't respond for 2 days. You're like, bruh. But yeah, anyways,
first date, I took her. I was like, so. She just said hi, and I was about to start this whole entire game. By the way, my pickup line is so stupid, but it works. Like it works it worked almost all the time because it's like, it's so easy. It was like how are you doing? And then they're like, good. I was like, and it's like, how about you? And I was like, better now that I'm talking to you.
Nice. That's all
it.
you say.
That's all I text back, and then it starts the conversation. That's
notes.
literally it. I don't know. I told that to one of our friends, and he was like, that's so stupid. I was like, fuck, it works though.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something you could say like naturally without getting nervous or stuck on. Because I feel like you could say that to one of your boys just fucking around and like, it'd be funny.
But so after I say that, usually it just goes into like a little conversation. Say, oh, who are you? And then like by the fourth text, I just literally, all right, I just text her. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest with you. I suck at this whole entire fucking texting, dating, blah 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 long game. Like, call me old school. Do you want to just go get boba and we can just meet and then I'll just talk? That's literally how it worked. And then
that's cool.
I met her. I drove all the way like to the other part of fucking LA. It was like a 2-hour drive, or an hour and a half drive from where I was working. And then we went to get boba at her favorite place. And then we were just chatting. And then I was like, and we were kind of finished up our boba. And I was like, do you want to do something else? Do you want to just walk around and chill in places? And she was like, I don't really know where to walk around. And I said, if you want to hop in, I'm fully free today. Do you want to just go to downtown Disney?
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
And so
wait, did you actually have that one prepped, or was that just on the fly?
It's on the fly.
Nice.
See, cool. First of all, she told me this after like way later, a few months after we became official, and she was like, I don't know why I jumped into that car with you. That was so sketchy. Like I was like if I was to tell my daughter or sister, like, don't do that.
Dude, that's clutch as fuck.
How I Met Your Mother. Don't do that.
Dude, that's a good date spot too.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many dates I've gone on Downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney is a great spot. Because first of all, it's free to get in.
Yeah.
So
you do pay for parking, you take her to dinner there, or you get food and then it's free.
You just go to Salt and Straw, get an ice cream. It pays for itself.
And you're good to go.
Yeah. So we went there and we just walked around, got ice cream. It was chill. And I think after that, we got ice cream. I was like, are you hungry for dinner? And then it's like, and then we ended up driving to the Source in OC, which is like a Korean mall that was new at the time. It was completely empty. And so I was like, it's a Korean mall if you want to just go get some Korean food, because she loves Korean food. And I didn't know at the time. So we went, got food. I took her back, and that's the first date. And literally all of it minus boba was on the fly. Even boba technically was on the fly.
That's epic as fuck. That actually made me feel like super good when you were saying that. I was like, damn, that's really awesome. Like that was a really good story. I was like, fuck.
And now we've been dating for 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's solid.
Almost 2.5 years.
That's solid.
Yeah, be direct.
Damn. Now you got me all like feeling like a piece of shit, because I've only been shitting on my exes. I haven't even told a good story about my current girlfriend.
I mean, I just like, what's it called? I can't think of a way to shit on them. Like, because I didn't really have a long relationship.
Yeah.
After my high school girlfriend, which if you watch, go watch the Khalid podcast. First of all, it's one of our best episodes.
It really is.
And it'll explain what happened with that relationship. Bottom line was,
one of your exes.
She was one of my exes. She was like officially crazy.
Yeah.
Like
diagnosed
crazy, which is like, bad. She was diagnosed crazy in a certain sense, and a lot of people are like, my ex was crazy. And I was like, no.
Well, mine's diagnosed, so it's certified.
It's certified. I mean, all jokes aside, she had schizophrenia, and she developed it, and it was just not a pretty sight after that. So moving on to the next thing was just like so we're just gonna move on from that. But it's I don't know, man. I was like, everything was on the fly, and it was a good time with her, and we've been together for 2 years. We're going to cross countries. We're going to like different places. So like, yeah, it's fun. It was fun. What's the most interesting, or like what's a date, or like maybe a gift that you will never forget getting from a girl, or maybe if that's easier.
Yeah, gift. I mean, my Yeezys. I didn't buy those.
I forgot about that.
I didn't buy those
from the door.
Yeah, she got me them. She got them for me for our anniversary. No, because we didn't make it to a year.
I could have sworn you guys were at least a year.
Oh my god, that shows you how like what I really thought about that relationship. I thought it was 8 months, but Fuck no. Okay, whatever. I think it. Okay, let's just say it was for. I think it actually may have been a year then. Yeah, I think it was an anniversary gift actually. Or was it birthday? It was one of the two. But she gave me Yeezys, and
Nice.
I still wear them. I still have them. Like I don't care, you
Yeah.
know, because they're Yeezys. Well, I don't wear them now. I have to retire them for a couple of months because of the recent shit that Kanye's been talking about. But I'll bust them out again eventually. So that was probably the best and most interesting. I don't say best gift, but it was like a pretty cool gift, I would say.
How about one that you gave to someone?
I jumped over my neighbor's fence to go get a rose from a rose bush on her birthday because I wanted to give it to her for her birthday. And I didn't have roses. I was in high school, so I didn't have money.
Oh, okay.
And my parents, I didn't want to ask my parents because they didn't know I was dating this chick or whatever.
Yeah.
So my friend was like, hey, I'm going to get you a rose and I'm going to hop over this fence. And then we were together. And I was like, wait, why don't we just go get it together? So we hopped over his neighbor's fence and we stole a rose and I gave it to her on her birthday. And
Nice.
I was like, this is for you. And by the time by the time I got it for her, it was like kind of dead, not gonna lie. So it was a little sad, but that was probably the most interesting gift I probably ever gotten somebody. I would say, yeah. I mean, like I got my current girlfriend, I got her cat wine, so that was cool.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That's cool. I remember that. Yeah.
So he didn't like it. He won't get high off of it. So that was another good one. But yeah, I think those are like the only ones I could really think of right now, honestly.
One of my best gifts, I just thought about this. One of my best gifts was from the high school girlfriend I had. She came from her mom was like one of the head doctors at Kaiser.
Yeah.
She was like,
oh, cool.
She had money. She had
Nice.
money. And so, and she just like after like it was my birthday, like I think it was birthday or Christmas, and she just like we were in high school. I was working like a part-time job, like doing what I can.
Yeah.
And she comes out and she gives me for that day like at the time this was completely new, a 3DS.
Oh wow.
A 3DS.
That's a good gift.
Not just a 3DS, a 3DS with a. If anyone who knows me and watches like anything I do, any game I play in Mario, I love Luigi.
Yeah.
I can't explain why. I don't
know. Did
know.
they have a Luigi 3DS back then?
They had a Mario and Luigi, the year of Luigi 3DS.
Oh, they did a year of Luigi. I forgot about that.
There was a year of Luigi 3DS.
They did do that, yeah.
And she got me the year of Luigi 3DS, and
That's
it was
beast.
And it was one of my favorite games on the DS was the Mario and Luigi series.
With the Partners in Time?
Partners in Time.
Yes.
They had the whole entire series.
That's great.
It's a fucking amazing games. I still think like all of them are amazing.
Yeah.
And the recent ones they cut out Luigi, which makes me sad because the whole series was called Mario and Luigi, but I'm gonna get the rant later.
Yeah.
But they did a Mario and Luigi year of Luigi DS, and she bought it for me.
Nice.
And I was like,
that's a great gift.
Whenever you get a gift and you just like kind of don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just don't know how to react. I was fucking like, I was like shocked.
For you, that's like the perfect gift, I would say.
That was probably one of the best gifts I've gotten in terms of like, from a date. Obviously, my current girlfriend's got me some amazing things too, but in terms of like I'm just shocked. Like that was just pure shock value.
Yeah.
Because now it's different where we have, not to say we have a lot of money, but we're working full-time jobs.
We basically can get whatever we want.
I could if I got a DS, it would be beautiful and amazing. I would be super happy with it. But the fact that she was in high school,
right, and so were you,
and I was in high school, that's completely different. And it was crazy. Obviously, some really nice ones from.
That's the equivalent of like buying somebody like us like a new car or something.
Yeah,
like holy shit!
It came with the game too.
No,
download it in.
Yes, was it the Mario and Luigi Partner in Time game? Was it that one? Or
no, it was the one right after.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, all of the games are fucking good.
They're amazing.
They're so good.
And then my current girlfriend, she knows I like watches.
Yeah.
So she's got me a couple of really cool watches. And I've been really liking wooden watches.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I like there's something about like I feel like with fancy watches, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just buy one for the sake of having one.
Yeah.
But like the watches that are like kind of in the $500-ish range is like, or like a little bit under, they have a little bit more personality to them.
Yeah,
It's like a little bit interesting artwork.
Plus, you're a big watch guy, so like you need to change it up every once in a while. You can't just like stick with the basic like black metal.
Says the guy who doesn't have a watch today.
Oh yeah, I'm the one with the watch. Yeah. I know.
Nah, I think just it's a cool thing, but like that was probably one of the more memorable gifts I've done. But like, yeah, man, those are cool. What's the
what's up?
Do you think I was about to ask you what you're gonna do for Valentine's Day? This is probably gonna go out before Valentine's Day, so you probably shouldn't say that. You think so? Yeah.
Well, she knows what we're doing. She just doesn't know what the gifts are, so I just won't say what the gifts are. But she likes those things that I'm getting her.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. So she knows already because I asked her one time, "Do you want to do that?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'd want to do that." And I was like, "We're doing that for Valentine's Day." Then I backtracked on it 2 days ago, and I was like, "I know what we're doing on Valentine's Day." And she's like, "Dude, you literally told me it was." So I was like, "Okay, yeah." So she remembered, but
yeah.
We're gonna go do a charcuterie, like lunch in Balboa Park.
And you're not having me make it this time?
No, the idea is we're gonna make it, like not you and me, but me and me and you are gonna make it in front of her. Mike, check this out, babe. Just shoot it out. But yeah, the plan is her and I are going to make it together. We have the charcuterie board, and I'm going to go pick up like some of her favorite cheeses and meats and stuff.
Yeah.
She loves olives. I'll probably throw some chocolates on there because like she likes sweets too.
Yeah.
We're going to go do that in Balboa Park in the middle of the day. I want to take Valentine's Day off like the whole day, and she's kind of like, I don't know if I want to, but like we're going to do it at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah. Is it supposed to?
I don't know.
God, I hope it doesn't.
I mean, I don't
it's
think
been raining a lot recently.
Yeah, it's been storming out
here. That
would
suck, but hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, we're gonna go to Balboa Park. It's close to where we live, so like we can just like park here and like, well, I mean, we could just park, go there. It'd be like 5 minutes to drive there.
What do you think about people? Just random question.
Sorry, my watch is going off.
Your Pokemon watch.
My bad here for everyone. But yeah, what's up?
Are you able to turn it off? It just goes.
I am. Yeah.
All right. I just thought of this question. What do you think of people when they say like Valentine's Day is like worthless? You should treat every day like
that's a good point actually, because like I actually love Valentine's Day. It's like one of my favorites. I mean, I like a lot of the holidays, but this is like a top 3, I would say. It's like up there.
It's a great excuse to eat chocolate.
Well, dude, that's true. I love it because like, I mean, like, it's like the argument is that we should always show love and affection to people every day that we care about. But like, to me, I feel like it's just a good excuse to like do something special for someone that like you're close to, which is why I love it so much. And I feel like love should be celebrated, not just like an intimate relationship between like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, but like in general, love is just like, it should be celebrated. It should be like, it should have its own holiday. It's like a special thing. And it's one of like the things that make us human.
Everyone, like, you know? I mean, the fact that most songs, a lot of the songs
are about love.
There's a point in that. I mean, they're about sex too, but like, you know, that's part of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, it's just such a big deal to us as humans. Like, love is, you know. So I mean, I feel like it's strong enough that it should have its own holiday and it should be celebrated in a good light. Like if we were gonna toss out a holiday, I'd rather throw out like
Groundhog's Day.
Okay, yes. I feel like I would rather throw out Thanksgiving than Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel about it because like I feel like being thankful is also something that should be celebrated, but love is stronger than being thankful, you know? So that's how I feel. But what about you? Are you in the bucket of people who dislike Valentine's Day? Or
I never understood people who are like super against it.
Yeah.
I think just the people who are super against it are generally like pretty hateful about what happened to them probably in a previous relationship.
Yeah.
And you know, they're the argument where it's like you should love someone all the time. Right. Which is valid. If you don't love the person that you are with, like in terms of like not love, but like show affection to them. Right. When you see them, that's a problem that you might want to think about whether or not you're still into this relationship. Yeah. But I don't think there's a problem with like having a day where it's like, it's almost like a reminder, it should be like, not necessarily a reminder, but like a reminder of like, we spend this time together, which is cool. We go on these like little dates, we watch movies together, but it's a reminder of like, maybe we should go out and do something a little extra, a little bit more, a little bit fancy it up, pinkies up it, a little bit. There's no problem with treating someone a little bit nice,
like just like showing
the
not just saying it, but like showing like some sort of love for somebody else.
And celebrating it too. Like, I think specifically as someone who cooks, like, I will make good meals for the people I love, not just like my girlfriend, but the people I love all the time. But then the argument can be said, like, how do you make it special for the person like you're with? It's like, well, on the special days, whether that's anniversary or on Valentine's Day, you make it like you do it a little bit more. I fancy it up a bit, get a little bit nicer ingredients, get like you don't have to get fucking A5 Wagyu shit, but like, get like something a little bit nicer.
Just
and
go the extra mile.
Go the extra mile. Maybe instead of me cooking something, let's try something that's a little nicer. Go to a nice restaurant. Like, that's why they exist,
Yeah. For me, it'd be the opposite. I'd be like, fuck, we eat out all the time. Let me make you something nice. So, because that's just the truth. But I mean, like, that's a nice change up too, from like things don't get monotonous and stale. Like, not that they ever really do for at least my relationship, but like, I'm sure for some people it does. So
over the course of time, it's going to happen, I mean, keep things interesting, but at the same time, that's like I think that's the point of this holiday, is like the reminder to keep things interesting. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's going to get boring, and you just get tired of each other. So whether that's involving traveling more or going somewhere, like, I think it's a good day to be celebrated. And so to all you out there, happy Valentine's Day. Or if you're in that set of group, happy Singles Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day, I think, is the day before Valentine's Day.
Is it really? I thought it was the same day.
Oh, is it the same?
I thought it was the same day.
You motherfuckers. You made Singles Awareness Day Valentine's Day?
That was the whole point. That is
so greedy. Like,
that's the whole point, because it's about awareness.
Now it's really selfish. Now I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, that made that shit up. Like, no, I mean, you can have a Singles Awareness Day, but that's petty as shit to put it on the same day as Valentine's Day.
It's okay to have a singles, to be celebrating singles awareness, as long as it's celebrating the good part and the happiness of being single.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I agree. It's just, don't put it on other people who are trying to sell Valentine's.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that's fucking whack, dude.
That is very true. Anyways,
let's do our plugs real quick. You go first.
I was previously, all my stuff is usually under JorJor _EXP, but I recently changed it because I'm doing more cooking and kind of like putting emphasis on cooking now. So it's JorJor Cooks _EXP or JorJor Cooks EXP. Really trying to push YouTube, and I'm gonna start, by the time this comes out, I'm starting push out more Twitch and cooking streams. So check that out. Also, look out for my, I don't know what I'm gonna name it, but JorJor's Manga Book Club. JorJor's Manga Club.
I'm joining that, by the way. If you did a Patreon and you did that, I would actually sign up for something like that.
That'd be dope.
That's just like an idea that came off the top of my head right now, but I would actually pay to be a part of like that little group. If you did something separate and not made it like a whole thing for everybody.
Yeah. But I'll figure it out. I think it's I want to do that. Anyways, you go.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna plug GainEXP Fitness first, because like, you guys should go check out GainEXPFitness.com if you haven't already. Get a program based on your favorite anime, superhero, or gaming character, and we'll give you nutritional guidance as well as working out guidance, fitness guidance, or really generally any guidance you guys really want, aside from emotional. Just kidding.
Partially emotional too. And loving.
So you don't have to pay up front right away. Go get a free consultation call, and we'll guide you through the process. And then from there, if you're interested, we'll get you going into the new year, since it's still February, so it's still early 2023. So let's got that in. And then lastly, I am Doggo, and my tags are going to be Doggo _EXP. I stream on Twitch Mondays and Tuesdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll be doing that every single Monday and Tuesday for now. I will in the future throw in Sundays as well, because those are my days to work on GainEXP Fitness shit. So I want to do like fitness related stuff on streams on Sundays. But yeah, Twitch, Doggo EXP, YouTube, Doggo EXP, TikTok, YouTube Shorts I'll post there. Instagram is where I'm most on there, like most on social media. And I think that's really about it. But yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. Go check out some other podcasts and other content. We recently put out a video of us.
The energy drink
video. And then by the time this comes out, we should probably have the video game quiz, music quiz out too.
We'll probably have a couple videos out. I feel like we can bust these guys out once a week.
Yeah. So anyways, peace.
Bye-bye.